Welcome to CCN TV News, your premier source for local and international news. From the streets of Kingston to the capitals of the world, we are ready to cover you stories that shape our world. Stay tuned for breaking news. To many Jamaicans, the name Miss Kitty conjures images of fierce wit, flamboyant style, and unapologetic self-expression. Known for her quick tongue, glamorous appearance, and larger-than-life energy, Khadine Miss Kitty Hylton has become one of the most recognizable figures in Jamaican media. But beyond the booming laugh and commanding voice is a woman shaped by resilience, intellect, and evolution. From an outsider's perspective, her persona may seem loud or even controversial, but the truth is far more nuanced. This is a look inside the mind of Miss Kitty, a woman who has defied expectations, inspired a generation, and stood firm in her truth. Miss Kitty's story begins not in fame or luxury, but in humble surroundings, a Jamaican girl raised by a hard-working family that valued education, discipline, and ambition. Khadine Hylton's early life was marked by perseverance. Her upbringing, though modest, laid the foundation for her sharp sense of purpose and drive to break through barriers in a male-dominated industry. From a young age, she showed signs of brilliance, not only in academics, but also in her flair for communication. The fusion of book smarts and street smarts would become her signature as she rose through the ranks of media and entertainment. Many know Miss Kitty as a radio and TV personality, but very few realize the full extent of her academic credentials. She earned her law degree from the University of the West Indies, Mona, a powerful testament to her discipline and mental strength. For Miss Kitty, education was not merely a backup plan. It was a badge of honor and proof that intelligence and entertainment could coexist. In an industry where women are often forced into one-dimensional roles, Miss Kitty chose both. She is a Fluffy Diva with a law degree, a brand built on confidence, charm, and substance. Her decision to pursue law while maintaining a public media career shattered stereotypes and expanded what was possible for women in the spotlight. Miss Kitty made her name on the airwaves, where her candid commentary and charismatic delivery quickly won over fans. Her tenure on radio, including popular shows on radio stations like Zip 103 FM and Nationwide News Network, cemented her reputation as a fearless talker with something real to say. She didn't just entertain. She provoked thought, challenged norms, and held the listeners accountable. She became a cultural touchstone for Jamaican women, especially those who felt unseen or unheard. Her embrace of the term Fluffy Diva was a declaration of self-love in a culture obsessed with slimness. By boldly owning her identity and refusing to shrink herself for public approval, she inspired countless others to do the same. Miss Kitty's brand has always extended beyond entertainment. She has used her platform to speak openly on issues like domestic abuse, gender equality, and education. Her unapologetic advocacy for women's rights has earned both praise and backlash, a dynamic she welcomes. For her, controversy is not something to fear. It's a sign that the conversation is necessary. Whether she's defending women against toxic double standards or urging young people to educate themselves, Miss Kitty never plays it safe. She has made it her mission to be both a mirror and a microphone, reflecting society's flaws while giving voice to the unheard. While the public knows Miss Kitty as bold and boisterous Khadine Hylton, the woman is more measured, spiritual, loyal, and deeply introspective. Friends and colleagues describe her as someone who values privacy, loyalty, and self-awareness. The careful boundary she maintains between her public and private life reveals the kind of emotional intelligence many overlook in public figures. In 2023, she married esteemed attorney and King's Counsel Ian Wilkinson, and their union has produced a beautiful daughter. The marriage of two brilliant legal minds captured national attention, not just for the celebrity element, but for what it represented. The union of two powerful, principled individuals. Their partnership is a quiet yet undeniable shift in Miss Kitty's life, one that suggests stability, maturity, and renewed focus. It's impossible to talk about Miss Kitty without acknowledging the polarizing reactions she evokes. She is adored by many and criticized by others. Some see her as too loud, too flashy, too opinionated, but those critiques are in many ways the cost of being an outspoken woman in the Caribbean media landscape. Miss Kitty doesn't seek universal approval. She seeks impact. And that perhaps is the most radical part of her story. She doesn't adjust herself for comfort. She challenges others to rise to her energy. She dares to live, speak, and love loudly in a world that often demands women to be quiet. Miss Kitty is far from finished. With years of experience behind her and endless possibilities ahead, she continues to expand her brand, voice, and influence. Whether she's on radio, television, in court, or in conversation, Miss Kitty brings authenticity, flair, and fearless intelligence to every space she enters. To the outsider looking in, she may appear as a diva, a media maven, a firecracker, but dig deeper and you'll find a woman of substance, someone who has fought hard for everything she has, and who has never forgotten where she came from. In the end, Miss Kitty is more than a personality. She's a movement, bold, brilliant, and entirely her own.